Well, howdy, folks. It's Cowboy Chris, and we're here for another episode of Badass Women of Herstory. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Patricia Era Bath. She was born November 4th, 1942, and passed right before the craziness of the pandemic in May 30th, 2019. She was an American ophthalmologist and humanitarian. She became the first female member of the Jules Stein Eye Institute, the first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology, and the first woman elected to the honorary staff of the UCLA Medical Center. Bath was the first African American to serve as a resident in ophthalmology at New York University. Wow, I lost my accent pretty fast there. She was also the first African American woman to serve on staff as a surgeon at the UCLA Medical Center. Bath was the first American woman, doctor to receive a patent for a medical purpose. A holder of 5 patents, she founded the nonprofit American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness in Washington, D.C. Let's get into her early life, ladies and gentlemen. She was born in Harlem, New York. Shout out to Harlem. In 1942, Patricia Bath was the daughter of Rupert and Gladys Bath. Her father was an immigrant from Trinidad, a newspaper columnist, a merchant seaman, and the first black man to work for the New York City subway as a motorman. Her father inspired her love for culture and encouraged her to explore different cultures. Her mother was descended from African slaves and Cherokee Native Americans. Throughout her childhood, Bath was often told by her parents to never settle for less than her best, and had been encouraged by the support of education. My accent is getting into some kind of southern, I don't know what it is. Her mother encouraged her dreams and love of science, had bought her first chemistry set. Well, I love that. By the time she had reached high school, Bath was already a National Science Foundation scholar. This led to her cancer research earning a front page feature in the New York Times. And this is when the New York Times meant something, ladies and gentlemen. Not like today. Patricia and her brother attended Charles Evans Hughes High School, where both students excelled in science and math. Yeah. Inspired by the French Nobel Peace Prize laureate Albert Schweitzer's work in medicine, Bath applied for and won National Science Foundation scholarship while attending high school. This led to her research project at Yeshiva University and Harlem Hospital Center, studying connections between cancer, nutrition, and stress. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's something there. And I lost it. In this summer program led by Rabbi Moses D. Tindler, Bath has studied the effects of streptomycin residue on bacteria. Let's look at what streptomycin is. It's a lot easier than using it on the computer. It's an antibiotic medication used to treat a number of bacterial infections, including tuberculosis, endocarditis, plague, just plague, period, plague, disease. So plague is just a disease caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis. All right, we're getting off track, ladies and gentlemen. Through this, she was able to conclude that cancer itself was a catabolic disease and tumor growth was a symptom. Let's see what catabolic means. Catabolism is catabolism is the set of metabolic pathways that breaks down molecules into smaller units that either oxidize or release energy or use in their other anabolic reactions. Catabolism is the breaking down aspect of metabolism, where anabolism is the building up aspect. So it has something to do with breaking down fatty tissue. All right, so I don't know, man. She's a genius, is basically what they're saying. She also discovered a mathematical equation that could be used to predict cancer cell growth. Wow. Yee-hi indeed. The head of the research program realized the significance of her findings and published them in a scientific paper. Her discoveries were also shared at the International Fifth Congress of Nutrition in the fall of 1960. In 1960, at the age of 18 years old, Patricia Bath won a merit award from Mademoiselle magazine for her contribution to the project. I mean, she did the project. She was the project. You know what I'm saying? Bath received her Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry from Manhattan's Hunter College in 1964. She then relocated to Washington, D.C. to attend Howard University College of Medicine. Her first year at Howard coincided with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She co-founded the Student National Medical Association and became its first woman president in 1965. At Howard, she was awarded the Children's Borough National Government Fellowship Award to do research in Belgrade, Yugoslavia in the summer of 1967, where her research focused on pediatric surgery. Let's see what that is. It's a surgical care of birth defects required novel techniques and method and became more commonly based at Children's Hospital. Pediatric surgery is a subspecialty of surgery involving the surgery of fetuses, infants, children, adolescents, and young adults. Oh, interesting. I think I knew that. Where were we at, ladies and gentlemen? The highlight of the award ceremony was the meeting of Earl Warren, Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court and the U.S. Embassy in Belgrade. Bath graduated with honors from Howard University College of Medicine in 1968. She was awarded the Edmund Watson Prize for Excellence in Ophthalmology by her mentor, Louis A. Young. It's going to get serious here, ladies and gentlemen. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968 caused Bath to dedicate herself to achieving one of the dreams of King, namely the empowerment of people through the Poor People's Campaign. She organized and led Howard University medical students in providing volunteer healthcare services to the Poor People's Campaign in Resurrection City in the summer of 1968. Bath returned to her Harlem community and interned at Harlem Hospital Center, which had just become affiliated with Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. During her internship, she observed large proportions of blind patients at Harlem Hospital in comparison to patients at the Columbia University Eye Clinic. Before beginning her ophthalmology residency study at NYU in 1970, Bath was awarded a one-year fellowship from Columbia University to study and contribute to eye care services at Harlem Hospital, which she began collecting data on blindness and visual impairment at Harlem Hospital, which did not have any ophthalmologists on staff. Her data and passion for improvement persuaded her. I sound like a robot. Her data and passion for improvement persuaded her professors from Columbia to begin operating on blind patients without charge at Harlem Hospital Center. Amen. Bath was proud to be on the Columbia team that performed the first eye surgery at Harlem Hospital in November of 1969. Bath served her residency in ophthalmology at New York University from 1970. I can't read, guys. Sorry, that's me. From 1970 to 1973, the first African American to do so. She gave birth to her daughter, Erica, in 1972. All right, let's get into her career, ladies and gentlemen. After completing her residency, all right, I really want to get into what she created, her inventions. Let's get to the inventions, because this is what really drew me to this beautiful, incredible woman. All right, so in 1986, Bath conducted research in the laboratory of Danielle Erin Rosa, a pioneer researcher in lasers and ophthalmology at Rothschild Eye Institute of Paris, and then at the Laser Medical Center in Berlin, where she was able to begin early studies in her laser cataract surgery, including her first experiment with excimer laser ablation using human eye bank eyes. I just clicked on Laserphaco ablation. I'm not even going to try it. Bath coined the term Laserphaco for the process, short for laser photoablative cataract surgery, and developed the laser. It's PHACO, Phaco Pro, a medical device that improves on the use of lasers to remove cataracts and for ablating and removing cataract lenses. Bath first had the idea for this type of device in 81, but did not apply for a patent until several years later. The device was completed in 86 after Bath conducted research on lasers in Berlin and patented in 88, making her the first African American woman to receive a patent for a medical purpose. The device, which quickly and nearly painlessly dissolves a cataract with a laser, irrigates and cleans the eye, and permits the easy insertion of a new lens, is used internationally to treat the disease. Bath continued to improve the device and successfully restored vision to people who had been unable to see for decades. Bath holds 5 patents in the United States. 3 of Bath's 5 patents relate to the Laserphaco Pro. In 2000, she was granted a patent for a method of using pulsed ultrasound to remove cataracts. And in 2003, a patent for combining laser and ultrasound to remove cataract. My goodness. And then look, the awards. Look at those awards. Honors and awards. It's crazy. Where's the movie? If they made a movie, where's the remake? They're remaking every single movie that's ever been made. They need a movie for Patricia Bath. Ladies and gentlemen, Patricia Era Bath. She was the leader of a new era. Literally. We'll be right back.